Welcome to another edition of MacSalty's workshop. Today I'm going to be building an easel, and this is for hanging large paintings or small paintings or pictures. It's for a church rummage sale. They needed an A-frame to set pictures on, so this is what the prototype looks like, and I'm not quite done yet. I've got to put some holes in it to put some pegs to let the pictures rest on, so hang on and I'll show you how I build that. Well, first you notice the two front facing pieces. These are just 1x3s. They're at an angle, so when they sit on the ground you want them to be flat on the ground instead of sitting on a corner. So I got to take and match that to the angle of the dangle. So this is 10 degrees, and the way I mark off 10 degrees is I'll take my carpenter square here, I'll put it straight, and then those of you who don't know, these are how you mark your angles. So you see 10, 5, 10, 15, 20. So I want 10 degrees. So what I'll do is I'll put this here, and you notice it says pivot on this carpenter square. So I'll put that where I want it to pivot down, and then I'll hold that part stationary, and I'll just angle it until I get 10 degrees right there, and then I'll mark it up here. So you see I've already done put a mark on there at 10 degrees, and that's where it is. Next we'll move over to the bandsaw and we'll cut our 10 degrees. Next thing you'll see, they're held in by bolts, and I've got a fender washer out here, and it goes all the way through, and this is just a 6-inch piece of 1x that I've cut, and I'll show you me cutting that. Okay, for that crossbar across the top, I marked 6 inches just out of the same kind of 1x, and I'm going to cut that 6 inch. Now I'm going to cut that 6-inch piece. Now coincidentally, the measurements on where the bolt holes go on this are the same as they are on the legs. So it's going to have 1 1/4 down on this side, 1 1/4 down, and then 1 1/2 inch in. Alright, and I'm just going to hit it with this cordless drill here just to get it started. Not exactly precision machinery, but then I'm going to go to the drill press and finish out the holes. And here, this is a self-locking nut. It's got a plastic insert in it that keeps the nut from backing out, and another fender washer. So it's just a friction, it's just held on there by friction. And that way you can fold it up and it folds up like that for easy storage. Now the back side is held on with a just a inexpensive brass hinge, and it's also held in with a smaller screw actually that goes all the way through, and I'll show you how to do that next. Alright, for those bolt holes on top, I'm going to measure 1 1/2 down and 1 1/4 over to get the reference point there. So I've already marked it on this one. I'm going to mark it on that one, and then I'll take it over to the drill press and drill my hole. Now I do want to note that I have just put a little pre-drill in here. That way the big drill bit doesn't skip around too much. Alright, the way this is going to work is I'm going to mount this hinge here, and this will be the back leg that opens up. So the two front legs will bolt to the front, and the back leg will fold down. The problem is I found that with the fender washers where they are, the hinge doesn't sit down far enough for the screws to go in, so I got to knock off about a 1/4 inch off the corners of these hinges, which is inconsequential for what I'm doing. So I'm going to do that on a bandsaw here. So here's how it sits on there, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little pre-drill in there and put in these wood screws. Like I said, it's not exactly precision machining, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball it there. Plus, it's only going to be held in with one screw, so it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Go. I just want to get it started so the wood doesn't split. And I definitely want to do this before I put the two main legs in, because I have to screw it to the back leg. Alright, next I'm going to attach, I actually got to drill the back leg, and then I'll hook it up to the back leg. So hold on to that. Now I drilled the hole for this, for the back leg, and I'm just going to attach it with this, I believe this is like a 1 1/4 inch machine screw. And then, see, this is how it's going to flop down. So the front feet are going to go on this, and it's going to open up like that. So then I got fender washer back here, and I believe this is a 3/8 inch wrench, and just tighten that bad boy down. It'll still move even if I wrench it down pretty good. I don't want it backing out, but it'll still flex a little bit, not much. Okay, now this is ready to go. I'm not going to bolt it onto the two front legs yet, because the two front legs I'm going to put a hole up at 6 inches, 3 feet, and 5 feet. So I'm just going to drill those holes. I won't make you watch that. Just know that there's going to be a 1/2 inch hole up and down these, and then what I'll do is on the back leg, probably every 2 feet on the back leg, I'm going to put just a drywall screw. That way, if they have smaller pictures, they can just hang them on those screws. So I'll be back. Alright, I got the holes drilled. I got all my pegs made. These kind of remind me of the Battleship game pegs, but they just go in these little holes here. And I got one down here towards the ground, and you'll see how they work when I get it together. So let me set the camera up and speed it up so you don't have to watch the whole thing, but watch me put it together. Alright, that's what it looks like. There's one finishing touch. I'm going to put a chain gonna put some screws in the back here and put a chain between here and here, but I don't think these will spread apart. I think I just need a chain here. I just need a chain from here to here, but that would be like if I don't have anything. Well, like if it was a small picture or something like that, they can set it there like that. A bigger picture, they can set it there like that. And then of course, real big pictures, they can put it down at the bottom. And what the other way I designed it too is, since these are just 1/2 inch pegs, you can actually take them out, and if there's a picture that is too big and these pegs get in the way, you can actually stick the pegs in the back to get them out of the way. That way you don't lose your pegs, but they are out of the way. Like that, see? Okay, here is the final product. It's got, put the chain here so it can't spread too far and collapse on itself, but it's far enough to where things won't, things laying on the board won't fall off. Plus, the other nice feature, the reason why I have a hinge up there and why I bolted it in this configuration is so you can fold it up. Folds all up and stores away nicely for later use. And then quick deployment, just take it out here, kick the feet apart, kick that back, chain stops it automatically, and you are ready to rock. And that is the MacSalty easel. This has been a MacSalty approved video. Later.